Oh, why yes, I have moved again. Hey guys, so a change of background. I moved again at the end of the summer, so I have a new spot that I had to figure out where it was best to film based on the light, and this time it happened to be next to my little like mini bookshelf that I have with me, which is kind of nice because I missed having bookshelves in my videos. Today's video is actually on The Secret Hum of a Daisy by Tracy Holzer. This was sent to me by Penguin, but as always, this does not affect my review or opinion of the book. The Secret Hum of a Daisy follows 12-year-old Grace. She's a bit of a mature child for her age. She definitely has this air about her that makes her seem older than 12 when you're reading the book. This maturity has potentially been brought on by the fact that she is living a gypsy lifestyle with her mother. Her mother has been carting her up and down California for years, and Grace has kind of learned to adapt and never get too attached to any one place that she is. Unfortunately, at the beginning of this book, Grace's mother unexpectedly dies, and therefore Grace's entire life changes, because before it was just her and her mom. Grace discovers that she has a living relative, her grandmother, or her mom's mom, and even though Grace is currently living with a family friend who she has become attached to, she has to go live with her grandmother because of that whole blood relation thing. Grace's mom obviously had an estranged relationship from Grace's grandmother, so when Grace finally meets her, she isn't very friendly, and unfortunately it's very tense in the beginning. The two of them do not get along. She's in a new town with new people who she's never met, and this can be hard on someone, especially a 12-year-old girl who has just lost the one person that she really knew in her life. This all happens within the first little bit of the book, and then the rest of the story is basically finding out whether Grace will be able to adjust to this new place, will she be able to get along with her grandmother, and most importantly, will she be able to finally sort of come to terms with her mother's death. Because even though Grace is 12 and she does have this air of maturity about her, she thinks that her mom is speaking to her through these paper cranes that are sort of being left around town. This, of course, makes getting over her mother's death much harder. If I were to use a phrase to describe this book, it would definitely be quietly beautiful. There is no major climax of the story. There's some, rise and fall here and there with different conflicts and problems that Grace runs into, but there is a lot of character development, and that's where I think this book is really strong. You can see Grace start as this girl who has just lost her mother, doesn't want to be friends with anyone, doesn't want to leave her old life, to someone who becomes a little bit more accepting and makes new friends in this place that she has to live in. So there is definitely some development there. You learn a lot about Grace's grandmother, you see her grandmother develop as well, and you also get to meet a lot of really quirky characters. The town that Grace's grandmother lives in reminds me a lot of Stars Hollow. So for those of you who have seen Gilmore Girls and really enjoyed the quirkiness of the different places in the town, that feeling is definitely in the town in this book, and I really did enjoy that. It is definitely a slow book and will not be appealing to all middle grade readers. I sort of think just because of the book's topic and the way it is approached in such a quietly beautiful manner that this book would almost be better for older readers. Yes, it will appeal to some mature, middle grade readers, but I feel like later teens, even adults might like this just because it does have such a heavy subject that is, mainly focused on in the story. And so if you're a little bit older, you have a little bit more world experience, and this story might actually appeal to you and you won't feel bored like I think some other middle grade readers might. Honestly, I think the only reason this book was labeled middle grade is because Grace is 12. If she had been 16, this story would have, changed a little bit, but the same basic ideas could have been there and still could have worked as a YA novel as well. Overall, I decided to give this book a 4 out of 5 stars. It is beautifully written, there is great character development, but it's just a little too slow for me. Although I would recommend this book, I would obviously, if you're someone who prefers a fast-paced book with like a really good climax, this one's probably not for you. But if you're looking for a nice contemporary that sort of straddles that middle grade, almost YA genre, then go for it. If you guys have read The Secret Hum of a Daisy, let me know what you thought below. I had heard a lot of good things about it going in, so I was definitely very excited to see how it all played out, so I'd love to see what everyone else thought who's had a chance to read it. As always, all of our links are in the doobly-doo. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.